Good evening, Lake Travis ISD family. Welcome to our May 2026 YouTube Live update. My name is Curtis Null. I'm proud to be your superintendent of schools. Thank you for joining us tonight. I know this is a busy time of year and we're running in all different directions as we celebrate all the wonderful things. It's just busy, and I appreciate you taking a little bit of your time to join us here, whether you're live or you're catching us a little later on YouTube. We just appreciate you giving us some time to learn more about your school district and for us to share so much good news. If this is your first opportunity to join a YouTube with us, let me explain a little bit about what we do here. This is a chance for me just to come and I view this as a family conversation. Although I'm standing in this room and just looking at a camera, for me, this feels like my opportunity to just visit you and your family and share with you exactly what's going on, and more so than an email. Sometimes when we send an email, we really can't explain why we do things or even how we do them. It's just kind of more direct information. And so I appreciate having these opportunities where I can give you a little bit more insight, and I hope that you find it useful as well. One of the things about these YouTube updates is they're unscripted. So I'm not reading from a teleprompter. I just have some topics written down and we just want to talk about them. So with that, I always say, like, give me a little grace. I'll probably make mistakes along the way, but we do the best that we can to just share good information. I believe if we're going to have a conversation like we're friends and like we're family, you just don't script those conversations when you're talking to folks that you know and love. And so that's why I choose not to script these. And so I always enjoy these opportunities, like we said, just because I see it as conversation. But I have to tell you, I've done these YouTubes for, I don't know, 5-6 years as a superintendent in my previous district. And now this is our 4th time here in Lake Travis. I don't think I have ever been as excited for YouTube Live as I am tonight. We have so much good news to share with you tonight. There is so much for us to celebrate. We are so fortunate to live in this community, for you to have your children educated in this community. It's just, there are wonderful things everywhere we look. And as a school district, although we have challenges, and we've come on here in previous conversations and talked about budget challenges and all those things. Some challenges still exist, but I'm proud to tell you today that we've overcome a lot of those challenges and we're standing really tall and stable. We're in a great place in Lake Travis ISD, and I'm excited to share that with you tonight. And I did see one piece of data earlier this week. It was shared with me, and I don't remember the exact source, but it was a source that put out the top 10 list of best school districts in the state of Texas. Now, I want to remind you or tell you, if you didn't know this, there are about 1,200 school districts in the state of Texas. Okay, so there are a lot of school districts out there. We appeared on this top 10 list of school districts in the state, which I'm really proud of. I think we should all be proud of that. We actually were ranked number 4 on that list, which is great news. Now, I will share this as you get to know me better and better in my time here. I'm a slight bit competitive. So while I see number 4 on the list, I go, well, that's great. 4 out of 1,200 is wonderful. When I look at that, I say, I see 3 districts that are about to get caught pretty quickly. And the greatest thing on this top 10 list, where it ranked us number 4, it had little notes beside every district. And the first sentence in our notes section for Lake Travis ISD, ranked number 4, said rapidly rising district. And I love that. All right. Number 4 on the list, rapidly rising. We're not going to be number 4 on that list very long. And I'm going to show you the reasons why tonight. There are so many great things happening here that we should be proud of, we should celebrate. And we're going to jump right into some of these celebrations. And we have kids doing amazing things all over the school district. This is certainly not an all-inclusive list, right? We went and pulled out some things, and I know there'll be some of you that say, I wish we could have had this included or that. Share good news with us. We want to share all the good news that we can. But let's jump in right now and talk about some great things that kids are doing in Lake Travis ISD. So up first, before we go to kids, let's talk about the people that make the difference with kids every day. You can't have a great school district if you don't have wonderful adults working with kids. You have to have great teachers. And this is Teacher Appreciation Week, and we want to take an opportunity to say thank you to all of our teachers out there. I believe it's God's work. It's truly a calling for folks that get in the classroom and make a difference every day in the lives of kids. We're thankful that they're here. We have amazing educators here. And so we want to thank them for the work that they do. So if you haven't had a chance yet, please say thank you to your teachers. It is nice when we give a gift or we do those things, but remember, we have Cav Kudos. You can log in, send them a nice note. A handwritten note is one of those things that I can tell you, if you take the time to sit down and write a handwritten note to your child's teacher, or your child takes the time to sit down and write a handwritten note from their heart, that's a note that will stay with that teacher their entire career. It means the world when we get those type of affirmations. So let's find a way to reach out and say thank you to teachers. So it's Teacher Appreciation Week. Along those lines, we want to celebrate some of our most outstanding and accomplished teachers in the school district. We were able to celebrate our Teachers of the Year recently. We had a big night of excellence where we recognized those folks. So each campus designated a Teacher of the Year, and we were, really proud to celebrate with them. We also recognize Rising Star teachers. So these are teachers that are in their first 0 to 3 years of their teaching career, and were recognized at their campus as just an up-and-comer, a great teacher that has such a bright future. So we're really proud of our Rising Stars. And also at that night of excellence, we recognize our District Teachers of the Year. So from all the elementaries, we bring all those together, and we selected Taylor Engelking from Rough Hollow Elementary as our District Elementary Teacher of the Year. And our District Secondary Teacher of the Year is Deborah Rosen from Hudson Bend Middle School. So congratulations to our 2 District Teachers of the Year. What an accomplishment. And I would say, to be a Campus Teacher of the Year here at our schools with the quality of teachers that we have is quite the honor. And then to take it to the next level and be the District Teacher of the Year is so impressive. So congratulations to those 2 ladies, very worthy. They will move forward now in competition into the future for potentially Regional Teacher of the Year and then into the state level competition. So really proud of them and wish them the best in the future competitions. Today also happens to be National School Nurse Day. And how fortunate are we that we have registered nurses at every campus? That's not the norm statewide. Everybody doesn't have this level of expert taking such great care of our kids in their building each and every day, but we do. We thank the nurses for the way they love our students and not just their physical well-being, but just taking care and showing them love each and every day. They are wonderful people, make such a huge difference. We're thankful for them. Maybe you didn't know today was National School Nurses Day. Once again, another great opportunity maybe to send a note, do a Cav Kudos, just to say thank you for them and the work that they do to take care of every child. Okay, I was so excited a while ago. I wanted to just jump right to the kids and say, look at our kids, all the great things they do. But now we get a chance to celebrate our kids. So let's start with these celebrations today, talking about our kids in DECA. It's very obvious to the public that we compete in a lot of different activities. We compete in athletics, and we compete in ag, and we compete in fine arts, all these things. But there are so many other things that our kids do that they're really living into their passion and have a chance to be outstanding in their field. And DECA is a group of individuals. It's a business-minded group of young kids, and they went and competed at the international conference. And I want to share with you the winners. And not only do I want to highlight the names of these winners, what I would love for you, especially parents of younger kids, to notice this is look at the categories that these kids were competing in. Your kids can have opportunities and things that we wouldn't even think about back when I was in high school. But we had kids competing and doing great things. And examples: hotel and lodging management, integrated marketing, personal finance and literacy, project management, travel and tourism, a virtual business challenge for both personal finance and restaurants. Like, those are amazing activities, and we're really proud of those kids and the work that they do. One thing I want to highlight too for DECA, those kids are active and they're really busy and they're traveling all over the country to compete. They couldn't do what they do without a great teacher and educator that puts in a ton of extra time, and it does not go unnoticed. We see the work that goes into these kids, and we're so thankful that we have somebody that does that. So I want to thank Jill Oates, the educator that works with DECA. Thank you, Jill, for your work. And wow, the kids blossom under your direction. So thank you to Jill and her work. Now let's look at the next group of kids. We talked about these guys last time. It was our Lakeway Elementary Destination Imagination team. So they advanced to the state level competition. We're really proud of them. Destination Imagination, we're going to talk about this a little later tonight, but that's a program that we're going to really intentionally expand next year. There's going to be a lot more opportunities for DI, as we call it, across the district. So congratulations to those great kids and their coaches. Coaches in Destination Imagination are parents. So thanks to the parents that invest in these kids as well. All right, moving on. Skills USA, yet another way that our kids go out and compete. It's common to see kids competing in healthcare, other projects as well, some career and technical programs as well. Want to thank our educator, Terry Jacobs, for the work that she does and the time and effort to give our kids in Skills USA an opportunity to be successful. And you can see a few of our winners here today. One of our newest teams in Lake Travis is our eSports team. So this is kids that compete in online gaming, but it's now a sanctioned competition. This was our first year to have a team at Lake Travis High School, and in true Lake Travis fashion, we didn't just show up to play the games in the first year. We actually advanced all the way to the state championship. We finished second in the state. The team that beat us was a charter school that focuses only on e-gaming. That's their whole point of their existence. And we came in our first year and brought Lake Travis High School and finished second. Want to thank our instructor for that team, Andrew Rodriguez. What a great job to create this program. I also want to give kudos to Mr. Bush, our high school principal. This is his vision to bring this program to our school. I can't imagine what we're going to be in the future in this. I mean, our kids have proven if you build it and you give them an opportunity, great things can happen. And so, we're going to continue to look for more ways to give kids the opportunity to shine. Esports is just a perfect example of when we give them the chance, they really go and show off and show out. So we're proud of them. One of our most successful programs here in Lake Travis ISD is the golf program. Our boys golf team won the regional tournament, advanced to state competition, and finished on the medal stand in state competition for boys 6A golf, the third place team in the state. So congratulations to our golf team. Just a wonderful job for our students. Mackie Beckett, Elliot Cope, Bennett Coons, Jack Rincon, and Brady Shelton. What a great job. And want to thank our coaches, Jonathan Coates and Dustin Payne and Coach Fambro as well. But we're just representing everywhere our kids go. Not only do they compete well and perform well and finish well, but they carry themselves in a manner that just makes us so proud. In addition to golf, now golf season is over. We just have a few sports that are still going on, and track is one of those. Our track teams competed in the regional track meet, and now we have multiple students advancing to the state track meet that will be coming up here in just about a week or so. We want to wish them the very best of luck. You can see multiple students here listed. Reagan Abram is our boys 400 meter runner, had a outstanding regional meet. I think he had a PR in that meet. We want to wish him the best, and all of our kids. We have multiple girls you can see advancing as well, and 2 relay teams. So when you advance a relay team to the state meet, that's a really big deal. Congratulations to our boys 4x100 meter relay and our girls 4x400 meter relay. We wish you all the best as you move on. In addition to track going on, baseball is still happening as well in the state of Texas. And our baseball team is advanced to the next round. The game one for the next series will be this Thursday, and then will be Friday. We have a home game. So if you haven't had a chance to come out and see our boys play, Friday night, we'll be right here at Lake Travis High School, 7 o'clock start. And then if a game 3 is necessary, we'll be down in New Braunfels. So we want to wish our boys playoff team the best against San Antonio Johnson. What a great season the guys have had, and I hope that we're playing for a long time. Actually, the very first competition that I got to watch last year as the new superintendent of Lake Travis ISD, I think it was actually before I started as the superintendent. I was able to travel down to College Station to watch the baseball team compete last year in the regional competition, and so look forward to that as well this year. Hopefully, they'll be playing right here in Round Rock in the state championship very soon. So, and finally, maybe our biggest congratulations of all, as we're here in May, we think about all that we do in our school system. We want to invest in these kids. We want to give them opportunities, watch them grow from pre-K on. The culminating event is graduation. It is truly a celebration for us. It's what we look forward to the most. And we want to say congratulations to our class of 2026. These Cavaliers have made us proud. They're doing an amazing job. Their futures are so bright. And I know for parents, sometimes it can be a little overwhelming. These weeks get really busy as we're celebrating awards nights and so many different ceremonies and banquets and baccalaureates. And then we head into, the graduation itself. It can be a little overwhelming. And I just want to encourage you parents to, let the moment slow down a little bit for you. Enjoy it. What I know for certain is your kids are prepared for the world that they're going to enter. As they've come through Lake Travis ISD and Lake Travis High School, they are prepared academically for whatever step they're going to take next, but they're also ready to tackle the world. And so one of us wish the very best to all of our class of 2026. I'll look forward to shaking your hands at graduation. It's the single greatest honor of my job is to stand on that stage and shake the hand of a new high school graduate and just kind of wish them the best as they take the next step in life. So congratulations to our graduates. So many things to celebrate, y'all. One other thing I just want to mention is attendance, because we've talked about attendance a lot in these conversations because it has an impact on budget. It also has a huge impact on student performance. And y'all, we've done it. I kind of put that challenge out at the beginning of the year to improve our attendance, and we have. We've seen a great improvement in our attendance this year. That's had an impact on our budget, but I also know that it's impacted the way our students have performed in the classroom and the way they will perform in the classroom. So many things to celebrate. And, I could spend 2 hours just with more and more and more and more. But what I hope that you see from these celebrations is our kids are amazing at everything that they do. It's not just about athletics. It's not just about fine arts. It's about us finding the passion for each individual child and really pouring into that and giving them opportunity to shine. And in a place like Lake Travis, when you give a kid opportunity, they step up and they make it happen. So we're so proud of all those kids. Congratulations and best of luck to everybody that's moving on to the next round of competition. I hope you're as proud of them as I am. Just wonderful things happening. So let's jump into the next section here. We just want to make a few different announcements of things that are going on in the school district. Want to first say thank you to a couple of our board members that are going to be ending their service with us as board members. Ms. Keely Cano and Mr. Rob Aird have served out their terms as board of trustees members. Being a board member is a really difficult job. It's volunteer service. You have to go through an election. You do all the things. You spend a lot of your time in service to our community. I am always thankful for anyone and everyone that is willing to give of themselves to be a board member. We are fortunate here that we have amazing people in this community that have signed up to do that. And so we want to thank Mr. Aird and Ms. Cano for their service. Certainly, I want to say a personal thank you. They were part of the board that hired me and gave me this opportunity. So I thank them for that as well, and wish them all the best. Their parents in the district, and we know that we'll continue to see them and watch their families thrive here in Lake Travis ISD. And our next step with that is we welcome new board members that now they have their opportunity to serve the community in a different way. We have Dr. Tiffany Bennett, Miss Natalie Nugent that will be taking seats on our board. Now, they are no strangers to volunteering in our schools. They've been volunteering in many different ways, both in PTOs on their campuses, but also in other community service ways throughout our school district. So this is just the next step for them in their volunteer service to the district, and we look forward to welcoming them onto the board as they take this next step. And so we will canvass votes next week. We'll actually swear in our new board members at our May 20th board meeting. So that's just a few weeks away, and we look forward to that opportunity as well. We've had a few principal transitions going on as well. First, we want to say a big congratulations to Miss Laura Keogh. Ms. Keogh's been the principal at Hudson Bend Middle School for the last 4 years. And you can see her beautiful family here, and she has an opportunity now to make a shift over to West Cypress Hills Elementary, a little closer to her home, and is going to allow her to be with her children as they become students in our schools as well. So we're really proud for Laura. I think it's a wonderful opportunity for West Cypress Hills Elementary as well. Ms. Keogh is one of our absolute superstar principals, has been really great at Hudson Bend. She'll be really great at West Cypress Hills, and we're proud for her and happy for her. So congratulations to Ms. Keogh. But with that news from a few weeks ago, created a vacancy at Hudson Bend Middle School for the principal. And we actually just made an announcement today about our new principal for Hudson Bend Middle School. We want to welcome Mr. Josh Hughes to our Lake Travis ISD family. Mr. Hughes currently serves as the principal of McCullough Junior High in the Woodlands. McCullough Junior High is a large junior high of about 2,200 kids in 7th and 8th grade. It's the school that feeds directly into the Woodlands High School, and where he has been the principal of that school and is joining us here in Lake Travis. And we look forward to the Hudson Bend community getting a chance to meet him. He brings a lot of high energy, and I think he's going to do a great job of building upon the great foundation that Ms. Keogh and the team at Hudson Bend have built. It's a wonderful school. I love it. Every time I visit Hudson Bend, I'm so impressed. And it's going to be taking the next step, as we continue to see that school grow and blossom and flourish. And so we're proud to welcome Mr. Hughes. We hopefully will get a chance for the community to meet him soon. I believe the campus is going to get to meet him next week. Our staff will. So, and as soon as we can have some meet and greets with parents, we'll make that happen as well. So that leaves us now with one vacancy on the principal side, because Dr. Rebecca Hudson has announced her retirement. And what an amazing job she has done at Lake Travis Middle School. Absolutely one of the premier schools, not just in our district, but in the state as well. And she has done just an outstanding job of leading that school. Big shoes to fill, certainly. We're going through the process now of trying to fill that vacancy. I am hopeful that we will have an answer on who the next principal at Lake Travis Middle School will be, maybe as early as next week. So stay tuned on that, and LTMS family will look forward to bringing you that great news as soon as we can make that happen as well. So what an exciting time it is for folks, just to, with change comes opportunity for new people. Gives us a chance to meet and welcome some new people to the district, and some people that we've known and loved to get new opportunities. And so we're really thankful for that. One other just little bit of housekeeping things, and I just want to remind you all, please complete your enrollment forms. I think they've gone out. It's your chance to go in and once again kind of update your enrollment. And if you would do that, that's really helpful for us for a couple of reasons. We know it's really difficult when the school year starts and maybe we're short a teacher in a grade level because we've had more kids show up than we were anticipating, or we had fewer kids show up than we were anticipating, so we have to move a teacher from one place to the next. That's disruptive for everyone. The only way we can avoid that is if everyone fills these forms out so that we know exactly how many kids are coming to each school, to each grade level now, so that we can give the appropriate number of staff. We know there's going to be move-ins and changes will happen in the summer, but we want to do the best we can now on those forms. Now, did have a question come in today. I said, hey, we had to upload documents last year to verify where we live. Why are we doing that again this year? But we want to make sure we have your proper address. We want to make sure we're communicating with you. Things aren't getting lost. It's going to be a little more user-friendly this year. We still want to update it to make sure that we have accurate records, but our team has worked to make sure that process is a little more user-friendly. Are we going to have to do this every year? No, we won't have to do it every year. We want to get a baseline set, and then maybe something that we would require maybe every other year or every third year. We'll work that out in the future. But I know we asked for it last year. Now you see it again this year, and you think like, oh my gosh, is this forever now? No, it's not forever. I think we can make that adjustment. But once again, if you would complete those things, it just helps us do a great job of not only managing our budget, right? Make sure that we hire the right number of teachers and in the right places, but just eliminate as much drama as the school year starts as possible. So thanks for completing those forms. We really appreciate it. All right, moving on. Next topic. I have now completed 11 months, or a little over 11 months as superintendent. I was actually named a lone finalist for the superintendent job a year ago last week. And a lot of speaking engagements that I go to, people ask me like, hey, what's your assessment? You've been here a year. What have you seen? What do you think? And so I'd like to just share those thoughts with you tonight. What have I seen and what do I think? It's pretty simple. This place is amazing. Y'all, this is absolutely, I say this, I've said this phrase, I mean it in the most respectful and loving way. Like, this place is not real life. Like, it feels idyllic. It's a place where you absolutely want to raise your children. It's a place for educators where you absolutely want to work. It's a place as a community member where you can feel good about your tax dollars, that they're going into schools that are making a difference in the lives of children. And we are creating an environment that protects all of our home values. And it just creates this world where people want to get here. When I look at our situation, and we opened this conversation by talking about how wonderful things are, that news is spreading. And we're seeing it in the people that are applying for jobs here. The caliber of people that are applying for jobs here just continues to increase daily. I think as people are seeing kind of the way we are operating, the way we are moving, and this momentum, this rise that we have, they want to be here. And that's great. We want to welcome great people here. At the same time, for me, I want to say and stay and be thankful that I have the opportunity to be here. I think it's really, really special. So let me point out some of the things that I believe that make us special. It starts first and foremost with the people. There are amazing people here. I'm talking about the students. When I go into schools, our students are engaged. They're working hard on their lessons, but well, just beyond that, they are as kind and respectful and sweet as they could be. They are absolutely precious. And they wouldn't be that way without having amazing parents. And I meet so many of you parents, be it in the car rider line or in PTO meetings or just in the community, and your families are wonderful and you're raising wonderful children. And because we have such wonderful children and wonderful parents, we get the opportunity to hire and keep the most amazing educators, and we have them. Been in multiple classrooms in every building in this school district, and just watched what happens in our classrooms, and it's a thing of beauty. And it's the people that make this place the most special. There are a lot of other things that make us special, but that is the number one thing. Another thing that I really love here is the opportunities that kids have. You saw it in the celebrations that there's so many ways that kids can shine, and I love to see that here. So when you think about this place, fine arts, amazing, just wonderful opportunities for the arts, athletics, over the top opportunities from middle school all the way through to our high school programs, our co-curricular programs, these DECA and HOSA, all these things that we just talked about are amazing as well. And finally, one of the groups that I've really fallen in love with this year, and they have welcomed me with open arms, and I appreciate them so, is our Special Olympics group. What an amazing group of young people and educators and parents. I mean, they are an example of when everything is going right in public education. You have amazing kids and amazing educators and amazing parents all come together. You see this beautiful thing happen for our students. And that's what our Special Olympics team is all about. Had a chance to celebrate them at their banquet last week, and just want to say thank you to all of them for letting me be a part of so many of their special moments this year. Fantastic. So I think about this year, that's a group that stands out to me. Now, another thing that separates us, why is this place special? Why do I see this? What do I see in year one that makes us special? It's the level of support that exists in this community. Great schools can't just exist within the walls of the school. We need outside influence to make a difference. And we have PTOs at every campus that make a huge difference. And it's not just about raising money and writing a check. It's about showing up. And our PTOs show up at every building to make sure that our educators know that we have a team of people to work with us. So thank you to all of our great PTO volunteers that show up and make a difference. And then as you get to the high school level, we also see booster clubs that do that same thing, right? That show up and are there for our kids, are there for our coaches to make a difference, to make sure that we have really special moments and we're making memories in all these programs. Another group that I think stands out here is called CPAC, right? SEPAC, Special Education Parent Advisory Council. This is a group of parents of special education students who have come together, and they help advise us into the needs of the community, the needs of our kids. It is a team. It's not adversarial. We are all on the same team. We're on the team of our kids, and we can work together to make it happen. That's a special group of parents. They have an amazing attitude. They come in, they're solution-minded and oriented. They don't just come when they come to talk about needs. They're not just focused on their personal children. They can see the global view of all children in the school district, which is rare and impressive that they can do such a thing. But they also have taken it a step further. They're now raising money and giving grants and helping out in the classroom. So Meg, can we put their graphic up one more time? I just want everybody to be able to see, once again, CPAC. You can go out and search them on any of the socials. It's a wonderful group of folks. And I would also encourage you, if you're a parent of a special education student, and maybe, we're always here to help you, but maybe you just need another parent to talk to at some point, or just, to kind of be a sounding board. This is a group of folks that you should know. They are amazing, amazing people. And I'm so thankful that they're here, and the work that they do makes this place better every single day. So thank you to CPAC for what you do. And then finally, our Lake Travis Education Foundation. We have talked about them multiple times, but LTEF has made the shift this year to funding positions for us, helping to overcome our budget deficit. And so, when you're looking to give money, if you're in a position in your household where you have a certain amount of money you'd like to donate, but you like to donate money and make sure it stays local, LTEF is a place where you can give. All money collected by LTEF comes directly back to Lake Travis ISD. So personal finances or your company, that is a great place to make donations. Once again, you can find them on all the social media pages. It's a tax deductible donation that you could make. They make us better every day. And the quality of people that are involved in that organization is over the top. I mean, the level of professionals that give of their time, if we had to pay their salaries for their time, it couldn't exist. I mean, these are high level executives and professionals that just give of their time to make our school district better. So thank you to LTEF. I see you, and you make us great, and you're a big reason why I'm so impressed with this place 1 year in. One of the other things that I think makes us different, and I've been in a very high performing school districts and seen kids achieve and do wonderful things. And we do that here. But one thing I see us do at a different level, maybe than all the other places that are super high achieving and focus only on, let's be the best, let's have the best test scores, the best this, the best that. We do a really nice job here of focusing on taking care of the whole child. From every campus, every school you go to, there is a focus on mental health. There is a focus on making sure that our kids are okay, that they're loved, and that they know they're loved. And when times are hard, they can find a way or find a person to go to talk to get help, to help them feel better about their situation. And I'll tell you, it's not that way everywhere. And, are we perfect? No. Will we ever be perfect? No. But the effort is here. The investment is here in those things. And we should appreciate that and not take it for granted. I think it's okay for us as a school district. We talk about, right, we're number 4, we want to be number 1. I do want to be number 1. I don't want to be number 1 at the expense of our children. If being number 1 meant that we had to overburden our children, we had to create situations where they became miserable or they couldn't do the things that they love or that they didn't feel like they were worthy, I would let number 1 go. It could go. Because what we have here is really special, where we can achieve at a really high level, but we can also love the whole child and make sure they know that they're loved and feel that each and every day. It's just not like that everywhere. And if you've only been here, you know, the grass sometimes can look greener somewhere else. I can tell you, having been other places, that's special here. It makes this place really special. Now, all of those things are things that I love, and I've seen us make a difference here that make us special. I will tell you, for me personally, in year one, what's been the single greatest highlight. It hasn't changed from the last time we talked. I still love car rider duty in the mornings. It's my favorite part of the day when I can schedule those mornings to see you in the car rider line and welcome your children to school. Absolutely makes my day. It's the greatest start of the work day for me. And I appreciate the fact that you have all been so welcoming to me in that car rider line as well. It's been great to meet you, great to wave, great to shake your hand, say hello. Look forward to seeing you as we can, these last few weeks of school, and then as we start up again next year. The other thing that I love about this place is, although we're so great at so many things, we still have room to get better. That fires me up. Like, I wouldn't want to be at a place that we couldn't improve. We can get better here. We're unbelievably great, but we can get better. And we have the team and the people to do it. That's what's so amazing. So I am very excited about our future. I see more greatness on the horizon for us. I see us getting better each and every day. I think when we look back in 2, 3, 4 years, we're going to see big, giant leaps of growth, and not only student performance, but also in opportunities for kids. I think we're going to continue to lean in more and more and more, and giving kids opportunity and making sure they know that whatever their passion is and whoever they are as a person, we love them and we want to nurture them and watch them blossom. And we're going to see that for years to come. So that I'm so excited about that. And so let's transition a little bit here into next year. What opportunities do we see? What's going to be new? What can we expect for next year? Well, one of the things we'll notice is this was a math adoption year for us. So we have new instructional materials coming for all of our math classes next year. So you're going to notice a little change in those for math. We feel good about that. We had a great group of teachers that went through and gave feedback. And so we think we're going to have great materials, but that's going to be a bit of a change. We're also really focusing right now on curriculum writing. So we have our gifted teachers and our curriculum and instruction department coming together to work on writing our curriculum to make sure that we have a very solid base in which to teach from. Not to be overly prescriptive and take away the professional judgment from our professional educators, but to give this solid foundation so that we know that there is a baseline in every single classroom in Lake Travis ISD that our kids are experiencing. That's powerful. I know we had a question come in that said, hey, what about screen time, right? Are we working on screen time? Well, that's part of this curriculum conversation, right? As we can aid our teachers by creating a curriculum that we can hand them, that's going to give them more and more opportunities to make sure that we diversify our learning. We want our kids to be technology literate when they leave us, but we also want them to be proficient in pencil and paper and critical thinking and communication skills and soft skills and social skills and all those other things as well. So like anything else in this world, there's proper balance that needs to happen. Technology is great. We shouldn't be too heavy in it. But we also shouldn't just throw it away and do without it. So having a rigorous curriculum will help us with that as well. We talked earlier about Destination Imagination. That's a program that's going to be coming district-wide. We're going to be really focused on that. If you're not familiar with it, I encourage you to look it up and learn more about it. It's really about critical thinking, teamwork, social skills. And one of the things that I love about DI is that it's parent coached. And we know here we have the makings of a very successful DI program. What do you need to have a great DI program? You need amazing, sharp kids that can go all in on something and really get excited about it. And you need parents that want to be involved because it is a parent coached event. Well, we have those things here. Like we have the perfect recipe, and we have kids that are looking for opportunity to shine and do things. And so Destination Imagination is going to be that opportunity. So I encourage you to learn more about it. Look for more conversation about this and communication from us early next year in the fall as we begin to form teams. We'd love to have you and your children involved in that. I think it's going to be great for kids. Another thing that's going to be great for kids. This is one of the things I probably had maybe the most conversations about throughout this year. I've had multiple conversations about this topic, and that is girls flag football. So, when we compete athletically, the UIL is the sanctioning body of our athletic programs, and they have not yet sanctioned, UIL has not sanctioned girls flag football, but I think that it may be coming soon. Well, we have an interest level here because I've heard it. I've heard it from multiple people. Folks are interested in girls flag football in Lake Travis. That doesn't surprise me, right? We have a football legacy here, and we have young ladies that are amazing athletes and competitive, and they want any opportunity to play. So I have exciting news for you about girls flag football. We're not waiting on UIL to sanction it before we jump in and get involved. We are going to have opportunities for girls flag football. So we are working with LTYA to set up a free clinic for our young ladies to come out and learn more about girls flag football. And then next year, we have actually worked with the Dallas Cowboys. There's a grant program that has come in, and they are going to fund a girls flag football team at Lake Travis High School next year. So that is wonderful news for us. It will be coached by a Lake Travis High School coach. We will be competing against other high schools in the Austin area. There's a lot more details that need to be worked out, right? This is kind of in its infancy. This is a little bit of breaking news here tonight, but we are fired up about this. Mike Drinkwater, our assistant athletic director, has been working really diligently to make this happen. And Meg, can we put that graphic back up? Because this is a really cool kid that you may or may not know lives in Lake Travis ISD, because she is kind of famous. Emery Beckett is a junior at Lake Travis High School, and she has been competing on the USA national team and participated in the NFL Flag Football Challenge. She actually won national championship as a quarterback last year on her club team. She's a Lake Travis kiddo. She's kind of a really big deal now. I don't know if we can talk her into playing on our team or not. I hope so, because man, we'd probably instantly be amazing. But what a neat kid! What a great opportunity! I actually watched her play last year in a televised football game that the NFL sanctioned this tournament. I watched her be the quarterback and win before I even knew she was a Lake Travis High School student, and just watched the amazing way that she plays. So we have the talent here to have an amazing girls flag football program. I'm excited that we're bringing that opportunity to our young ladies. So that's a few things that are coming for next year. But when we think long term, we know Highland Lakes High School is on the horizon. So current sixth graders are going to go and be the first graduating class. So if you are a parent of a sixth grade and below, I want to encourage you to think about the fact that when your kids get to high school, if they go to Highland Lakes or they go to Lake Travis, they're going to have a different high school experience. They're going to experience smaller high schools. Well, in a big mega 6A high school like Lake Travis, we have a lot of kids, and I know there's a pressure to specialize in a sports program kind of early. But as we go to smaller high schools, we're going to need our kids to be very diversified. We're going to need a kid to be the first violin, but also the captain of the debate team, and also play on the soccer team. And we're going to need a kid to be in the cheerleader, and also in the marching band, and also in student council. So as you're programming your kids, and all the different activities, I just encourage you, give them broad experiences now while they're young, so that when they get into high school, they're ready to compete and prepared to be in many different programs, because they're going to get those opportunities in the future. Our board was very clear that that's why Highland Lakes High School is getting built. They want more opportunities for kids. Let's take advantage of all those opportunities. Help your kids see that, no, we don't have to focus just in one area. We don't have to be just the band, right? We can be in the band and other activities. So there's going to be opportunities for all kids moving forward. Really excited about that. That's kind of the longer range future, but it's coming. Well, okay, let's transition a little bit now to construction. Let's do a construction update. Since we were talking about Highland Lakes, let's talk about construction and kind of see where we are with all of our construction that's going on. We know we're really busy at Highland Lakes High School. It's a long process to build a school, but it's neat to see the progress. So, if you go to the website, you can see Highland Lakes updates on the Highland Lakes website. The pictures get uploaded there. We've got some great overheads. Kind of where we are right now, the road has been almost completed from 71, and we're starting to be able to see a little bit of the footprint of the school start to take shape on the land a little bit. There's no slab poured yet. We don't have steel yet, but those will be coming, and then we'll have some great pictures to show you. Hopefully, coming soon. By the time we hit the fall, we should have some exciting pictures to show. But we have a lot of work happening at Lake Travis High School right now. It's busy there. If you travel around there, you see it, it's busy. But let's start on the science wing. And you can see on the Spillman Loop side of the building, it is looking great. The goal of the science wing was to hopefully open it by, September, October of next year. But what it looks like right now is that we're going to make the science wing, hopefully will be open as school starts next year. So what a great addition to Lake Travis High School that will be. Now, when you flip to the other side of the school, there's a lot going on the other side of the school as well. One of the big pieces there, the biggest new addition on that side, is the competition gym and fine arts addition. And so you can see some graphics here. What an absolutely beautiful space this is going to be for our kids, both in athletics and the arts. And it's coming along. You can see some pictures here. it is now going vertical, and there is some steel coming. We're still a little over a year away from this opening. So hopefully this opens at the beginning of the 2027 school year is our target, but it's coming along. And then we have Cavalier Stadium as well on that side of the building. It's under construction. The target is to open it in October, for our first home game to be in October, and you can see the work that's going on there. As you look at these images, you see the field is black. That's just a tarp over the field. The turf is still there. The turf hasn't changed. It's just covered so that we don't ruin it during the construction progress. But man, is it coming along beautifully, and we look forward to all of our kids getting to be a part of that, from athletics to fine arts, and welcoming our community into the new Cavalier Stadium in October. It should be a wonderful time. So great construction update. Folks are working hard. It's been rainy a little bit over these last few weeks, but I think we're making progress, and feel like we're on time and we're on schedule. So we appreciate all of the folks that are working on that. Well, let's talk budget a little bit. Please don't just turn this off. I know I might lose you here. I promise not to go into a 2-hour budget conversation, but we've talked about this so much, and you need to hear this, because every day when you turn on the news, you're seeing another story about another school district that's in deep financial trouble and is having to cut programs or close schools or eliminate really important positions to try to manage their budget. Well, we have budget challenges too. We've talked about them here. We need to make some cuts to our budget as well. But we have been able to work this process in a way that I believe is going to be the least impactful possible to our classrooms. And that's what we want. As a leadership team, we have talked about kind of taking this process and the pain associated, because there is pain associated with this, taking that pain and spreading it out as wide as possible so that it can be as thin as possible. Rather than one section of our school district or one group feeling really, really severe pain, if everybody can feel just a little bit of pain, we can be in a better place. And so let me share just a couple of slides with you from our budget presentation. If you want more information, you can go back and watch a full budget presentation from our CFO, Pam Sanchez. She did an amazing job of telling the full story. I'm going to give you just a snippet of this so that you can know where we are, because I want you to feel good about where we are, because we are in a good place. Do I wish we had more funding? I do. Would it make a difference? It would. If we didn't have to send our Robin Hood payment back to the state of Texas, would we be in a completely different place? Absolutely we would. But our job is to do the best we can with what we have, and we've done that. And we are in a beautiful position for the future. And once again, I would tell you, based on the applications we're seeing coming in, people are noticing that. People want to be here, and that's great for us, because more great people want to teach here, the better education your children get. So let's talk about our budget goals. As we started this process, what was important to us to make sure that we stayed focused on through the process. So our budget process goals, first of all, we had to reduce our budget deficit. That was really important. We couldn't continue to live in our savings account. It's not a healthy way to live. We wanted to protect the programs that make this place special. You moved here for a reason. For us to take away the programs that you love and make a difference would not be appropriate. Now, have some programs had to adjust and change? Absolutely. You can't cut a significant percentage from your budget and not feel it a little bit, but we've worked hard to not eliminate any programs. We want to minimize the impact of reductions to the campuses and classrooms as much as possible. Once again, spread out the reductions so nobody feels too much of the burden. And then finally, identify enough savings to find a way to give some type of increased compensation to our employees. There is no increase in state funding for us next year to give a raise, for example. So the only way that you can increase your spending for employee compensation is to find savings in the budget to do that, because there are no additional funds coming in. So those were our budget process goals. I want to give you a little bit of the history of our budget. So if you look at the budget, you go back to 2023, 2024. I'll just have you look at the the difference there is the bottom line on each of these years. We had a roughly $5 million budget deficit in 2023, 2024. That budget deficit went to almost $10 million last year. That means we're spending $10 million more than is coming in. That's on a budget that's roughly $100 million. So it's about a 10% overage. So over the last year and now into this year, we've needed to cut approximately 10% from our budget. It's hard to do that and not feel it too much on the campus. So last year it was 10 million. This year we're operating at about 4.5 to 5 million. So we needed to make significant cuts again from this year's budget into next year's budget, and we focused on doing that. Next slide is just kind of a slide of interest. It's one that we paid attention to as we looked at, how do we spend our money compared to districts like us or that we might see as competitors to us. Where are we spending more? Where are they spending more? And you can see areas that we do spend. We spend well in special education quite a bit. One area that we spend less, and I think this is probably maybe surprising to our community, is we actually spend less money in athletics than any of our peer districts. Now, the way we can do that is we have such great booster clubs that we talked about earlier. There's a community making a difference to really fill in that gap. But by us spending less money in athletics, we're able to spend more money in other areas. So that's great. Let's look at next year's staffing level changes. So you can see, where are the savings coming from? Well, in curriculum and instruction, we reduced the staffing by 16 positions in that area. Also in special services, we reduced by 7 total positions. But in special services, we also made a significant change. We had some employees that were contracted employees, meaning they came from an outside service, and that was causing us to have additional costs. We're going to shift next year away from those contracted services to having everybody be a true Lake Travis ISD employee. And by doing that, we're going to see significant savings, but not actually have to reduce any staffing. So that's a wonderful thing for us. And we appreciate that. And so those are some district level changes. Well, what does it mean to the campus? You're not going to feel or see too much of the district impact as a parent. Our teachers will, and it's our job to try to shield them from some of the negative consequences of some of these changes. But as a parent, what you're going to notice is what happens on the campus. How are my kids going to feel this? Well, we have worked really hard on the campus. We've adjusted some, or not even adjusted, we've just applied a staffing formula to make sure that we're properly staffed. So any reductions in staff from the campus came from just simply, if a school has lost 200 kids in the last 2 years, and that's an extreme example, but then we would reduce the staff based on those numbers, right? So for an example, if an elementary school lost 40 kids in the last 2 years, well, they're going to lose 2 teachers, right? 40 kids, 2 teachers. And we just made those adjustments. We also made some adjustments, reducing a TOSA position. That was a kind of a pseudo administrative position, but we've added in assistant principal positions. So we added assistant principals this year at Lake Travis Elementary, Serene Hills, Lake Travis Middle, and Bee Cave Middle. And then next year, we're going to add additional assistant principals at Lake Point, Rough Hollow, and the high school. So those are adds to our campuses through this process. We did reduce our monitors from our 14 monitors at our 7 elementary schools. So that's an area where we're going to need probably more parent involvement. Like, how can we get more people to help us with lunch duty or with recess? I know we have folks here that can help us kind of absorb that change. We've adjusted some aides and add some aides in the elementary level. And then we've actually moved our instructional coaches from the curriculum instruction department directly to our campuses. So now each campus will have a full-time instructional coach / interventionist on campus to be part of the campus family. And then finally, we're adding a new position at the high school of a college and career counselor. That's going to make a huge difference. It's the place where kids can go to know, a one-stop shop for scholarships and internship opportunities and all the different things that high school kids need help with that, especially if it's your oldest child, you don't know how to help them. We will have an expert in the building that's going to help with all of our students do all those things. So for the most part, we're actually increasing opportunities on campuses and resources on campuses, even though we're reducing the budget overall. So finally, let's just look at the overall budget sheet here. This is a lot of numbers, but I really only want to point out one to you. I mentioned to you we had a $10 million budget deficit. Then we reduced it to 5, and we needed to reduce it again. Well, right in the middle there in the red box, you can see the number 1.19. That is the budget deficit that we anticipate going into next year, just under 1.2 million. I want to talk about that kind of in two ways. First of all, we anticipated trying to get this budget deficit down to maybe 2 million if it was possible, but that didn't include a raise. We have actually been able to work this budget deficit down to about $400,000. And that gave the school board an opportunity to look at that and say, listen, we need to invest back into our people. And so we are going to go ahead and give a 1% raise on the midpoint to our staff, which costs us roughly $750,000. And that's going to bump our budget deficit back up into 1.2 million. But we can handle 1.2 million. We have a healthy fund balance, and 1.2 million is something we can handle. We can't handle 5 million every year, but 1.2 million we could handle. And so we anticipate that that's the raise that our board will approve in 2 weeks at our board meeting. So we're really excited about that. We also are anticipating maybe a little bit more special ed funding in the future. So that number may actually come down. I anticipate and hope that in the end, our budget deficit will actually be under $1 million for next year, while we're also giving a raise. One of the things I'll highlight to you, and it maybe doesn't jump out on here quite as much, but is attendance. Once again, we've improved attendance. That's allowed us to assume an additional $350,000 of state funding based on our new attendance. So if we can continue to do better in attendance, we will continue to be able to raise that amount on our revenue side, and allows us to take better care of our educators, right? That's one of the things we promised at the beginning of the year. Like if we can all work together on attendance, we can take that money and invest it back into our people. That's what we're doing. We're investing that money that we made this year in attendance. We're investing it back into our people through a raise. Now, we know 1% is not adequate. It doesn't even keep up with inflation, but it is the best that we can do this year. And so that's what's built in. But we are going to do one additional piece in our compensation package for next year. We have a retention stipend that all staff will receive. So we are going to have a $1,000 retention stipend for all staff. It will actually be paid out at 2 different times. There'll be a $500 check go out in November and an additional $500 check go out in February. And the total cost of that is 1.2 million. That will come directly from our fund balance, from our savings account. And the way that we have been able to fund that is we are actually selling a piece of land that we currently own. It's under contract for 5.3 million. So we're going to take a portion of that money and put it in the bank. We're going to take a portion of that money and invest it in our people. So we really appreciate the board's vision on that. Knowing that we need to continue to find ways to invest in our people, that's going to always be the focus. Anytime that we can find additional funds, how do we invest in the people? It's the people that make the difference. It's how we started this conversation. It's how we end it today. It's the people that make the difference, and we will continue to invest in them at all times and in all ways. Let me look at a couple things here, see if there's any questions that we can add. One of the things I'll add about questions, I try to work in the questions as much as I can in my presentation, but as you submit questions, we never can get to them all, but if you would include contact information, what I will absolutely assure you is that if I can't answer your question during this conversation, we will have someone reach out to you that can answer your question directly. We don't want your questions to be left unanswered. So if you'll leave contact information, we'll always reach out to you. If If you didn't leave contact information, you can email me directly and I can get it to the right person. Email Marco Alvarado in our communications department. Once again, he can help. We'll get the right person to answer your question. We'll never want you sitting out there wondering, what's going on. You submit a question and get an answer. We want to always be able to answer your questions. I think we've covered most of them as we worked them into tonight's presentation. Y'all, just to recap where we are. This is an amazing place. We are probably the most healthy school district in the state of Texas. You see that our budget is under control. We have a good handle on it. We are focusing our monies in the right places. We're taking care of our kids. Our kids are shining. Our teachers are thriving. This community is thriving. This is where people want to be. We thank you for your support. We, as a public school system, are a reflection of our community. The beautiful thing for us is that we serve an amazing community, and that helps us look really, really strong. We're proud of where we are, but we're not satisfied. We're going to continue to grow. We're going to continue to get better. We're going to continue to bring the very best people here to educate your children, to work with them and coach them and teach them and do all the things. It's amazing. And 1 year in for me, I remain so thankful to have this opportunity. I'm proud to be here. I love it. Every day is a joy coming to work. I'm still in awe every time I come over a hill and see the beautiful hills and watch the sunrise and watch the sunset, and just what a beautiful place this is physically, but it's the beautiful people that make all the difference. So I want you to have a great last couple of weeks of school. I know it's hectic. You're running around. You got the parties and the celebrations and the banquets and all the things. Slow it down a little and enjoy it. They're only little once. They're only a senior once. Enjoy the moment. Thanks for letting me be a part of it. And I wish you just a wonderful last few weeks and a safe and happy summer. Get out there, spend that special family time, give your children those experiences with their friends, with their grandparents, and different exposure to different opportunities that you have. We'll be ready, planning all summer to make sure that we have an even better 26-27 school year. Folks, thanks for joining us tonight. I hope that you have a wonderful night. Thank you.